After a 2-month hiatus due to a knee injury, Joel Embiid returned to action on Tuesday night, and the Sixers badly needed it, as they went just 11-18 in his absence, and fell from 3rd in the East to 8th. They didn't even look worthy of a play-in spot without Embiid, but his return changes everything. Tonight, he finished with 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals in a win over the West's number 1 seeded Oklahoma City Thunder. He gave the team the lead with 38 seconds remaining, then got a steal and hit 2 more free throws that ended up sealing the win. Sure, both SGA and Jalen Williams were out for OKC, but Tyrese Maxey was out for the Sixers, and it's still likely not a game they win without the big fella. Philly is now 27-8 on the season when Embiid is in the lineup, and looks like a contending level team. That record would put them on pace for about a 58-17 record throughout their first 75 games, which would place them just 1 game back of the Celtics for the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The team has played at a level above every single team except Boston with Embiid, and that could change everything in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Either Boston or Milwaukee will get a conference finals caliber opponent in round 1. And even as good as the Celtics have been, both will be vulnerable to go down much earlier than expected. It's hard to put into words how good Embiid has been this season when on the floor. He's the first high-volume player to have more points than minutes played since Wilt Chamberlain, is averaging over 35 points per game, has evolved into the team's best facilitator, and looks like a dominant defender as well. He's been the best player in the league this season when on the floor, and I'm not sure it's even all that close. Adding him to all-star guard Tyrese Maxey, as well as new additions to the team Buddy Hield, Kyle Lowry, and Cam Payne, makes for an almost impossibly talented 7 or 8 seed. Joel Embiid's return changes everything in the East. Now, let's take a deeper look. Before we get into the return of the real MVP, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. On Tuesday, the lingering uncertainty surrounding Joel Embiid's comeback to the lineup was put to rest. Just hours after the announcement, he wasted no time in making an impact, spearheading the Sixers to victory in his first game after a hiatus of over 2 months. Against the undermanned OKC Thunder, Embiid showcased his dominance once again, tallying 24 points on 6 of 14 shooting, along with 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, albeit with 6 turnovers, all within just 29 minutes of playtime. The ex-MVP showcased his clutch gene down the stretch, sinking 4 straight free throws to propel the Sixers into the lead. Additionally, he secured a critical steal from Josh Giddey during a key possession for the Thunder with just 28 seconds left. It was clear that Embiid was delighted to be back in action. Usually when I get hurt, I move on to the next one. This one took a toll mentally, Embiid said after the game. I just wanted to come back. This one was probably the hardest by far mentally. Securing a win against the Western Conference frontrunners, the Thunder, marks a huge achievement for the Sixers. However, it's worth noting that the Thunder were missing their top 2 leading scorers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren stepped up to fill the scoring void with an impressive 22 points. Leading up to Tuesday's game, there was uncertainty surrounding Embiid, with his status shifting to questionable. This sparked speculation regarding the potential return of the reigning MVP to the court. Additional confirmation from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski solidified the news of the big man's comeback. Embiid has been sidelined due to injury since January 30th. Dealing with discomfort in his left knee, he was diagnosed with a meniscus injury that required surgery. At the time of his injury, Embiid was the NBA's leading scorer, boasting an average of 35.3 points per game. Across 34 games, he also maintained averages of 11.3 rebounds and 5.7 assists. Embiid's comeback is pivotal for the Sixers, especially considering their current position. While they have secured a postseason berth, They currently occupy the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference with a record of 41-35. Surpassing either the Miami Heat or the Indiana Pacers in the standings could potentially spare them from the play-in tournament, which involves teams seeded from 7th to 10th. Additionally, it could alter their postseason trajectory, possibly avoiding an initial matchup with the top-seeded Boston Celtics. But one thing is very clear. His return completely changes the Eastern Conference playoff picture. The real MVP is back. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.